Let's have a look and see what themes might be playing out for you in August. So, Spirit, may we have a look for the viewer? What might be some of the main themes that play out this coming August? What do we need to know about the energies of August for the viewer, please? Okay, bottom of the deck, we have got Temperance, we've got the Magician, and we have got the Three of Cups. This is simply beautiful energy, and it feels like August is going to be bringing in this wave of divine alignment for those who've been working quietly and steadily and soulfully towards something meaningful. With Temperance being at the base of the reading, it is Spirit highlighting a journey of patience and integration and spiritual maturity. We can see from this image, and we will go into the imagery a little bit later as well, but we can see that she is submerged in this deep inner work, and you've likely been underwater, as it were, very submerged in this preparation. And I feel that you've maybe kept this quite quiet. It feels like it's been sacred and almost hidden when I see this particular card. Enter in the Magician, and this is your power moment. This is what you've been cultivating beneath this surface that is now being ready to be shared. And you're not just wishing and hoping anymore, you are activating your tools, your skills, your voice. And this is a conscious manifestation that is backed by spiritual balance. With the Three of Cups closing this triad, there's celebration and connection and joyful recognition that are all on the horizon. What you've created is not only going to serve you, but it is also going to resonate with your community or your soul tribe. So I feel that this particular reading is for someone who's been putting in a lot of quiet effort behind the scenes, preparing and healing and waiting for divine timing. And in August, you rise from these depths with something worthy of celebration. Let's start with the Temperance card, and in this particular deck we can see that it's also named Keeper of the Well. And this subtle shift, it really transforms her from a symbol of patience into this guardian of ancient wisdom. As I look at this particular card, it has this very Atlantean or maybe even Lemurian feel to it. Realms of high consciousness and emotional intelligence, and they carry a lot of healing codes. Everything about this card speaks to me of this ancient wisdom. We can see, if I bring this really close to you, can you see that her dress, it looks like it's made of scales, and then we have this gill-like sleeves. And they're not just for aesthetic, they speak to adaptation, of learning how to move through emotional currents and spiritual depths without drowning. So this is someone who has become one with the water, which in tarot, that symbolizes the emotional and the intuitive self. So we can see there's no struggle to this. She's embodying this. We can also see that there is this presence of this white dog, and this feels incredibly significant to me. It almost feels like a spirit guide, a protector, some kind of loyal companion on this sacred journey. So in myth and folklore, white animals often symbolize purity of purpose and guardianship and messages from the divine. So this card suggests that you are a guardian now too, that you've carried ancient codes through lifetimes, and now in August you are being called to emerge and to share what you have remembered. So this might show up in your work, through your voice, through your creativity, or simply how you love and live. And your presence is deeply needed. We then have the Magician, and in this particular Magician's card we can also see the name here of Gwydion. So this talks very much about the Welsh Mabinogion. And Gwydion was known as a legendary Welsh trickster, or a bard, or a shapeshifter, and an enchanter. And in relation to what you're bringing forth in August, it feels like whatever it is that you're bringing is not just going to be practical or logical, but it is going to be deeply infused with magic and memory and myth. Once again, it's bringing me the vibes that you're bringing something, this ancient knowledge, into life now. All of these cards, they feel like they hold something incredibly ancient. So we can see that there is this stone slab that is in front of them, and to me it reminds me of the Druids' altars. So this to me suggests that this is not just manifestation, there's some sort of ritual or devotion and intention that is becoming very sacred. We can see the way that the hands are posed, one pointing up and one pointing down. This very much speaks about the Hermetic quote, as above, so below. The as above is talking about other dimensions and realms that you are tapped into, and the as below is pulling them into grounded reality. We can see that this magician wears these beautiful purple robes, and that emphasizes spiritual sovereignty. So purple is always known as the color of intuition and royalty and wisdom. And in this context, it suggests that you're no longer dabbling in your gifts, you are becoming sovereign in your magic. Now let me bring this card closer to you again. We can see these flowers, they're called foxgloves, and they're very potent. Again, they're purple. They're also very poisonous. And in folklore, foxgloves are very much associated with fairies and enchantment and the thin veil between worlds. And this reminds us that manifestation isn't just about what we desire, it's about what is aligned, what's true, and what we're brave enough to wield wisely. Together with this temperance, this magician is telling us that you've been submerged in remembering, and now you are ready to emerge and to weave what you've remembered into form. The veil is thin, the time is ripe, and your magic is ancient. The Three of Cups in this deck is also incredibly beautiful. We can see in the illustration that there are these three women who are dancing beneath the full moon. Their arms are raised and their cups are lifted. And that moment, it feels again like some sort of timeless ritual. So this isn't about surface level fun. It's about calling something ancient home. Now, while to me they appear like they're probably all maidens, they could easily be seen as the triple goddess archetype, mother, maiden, and crone, or three aspects of your own soul in harmony. It certainly looks like they're dancing, and their movements under this moon, they suggest that you are coming into alignment with your inner self, your soul tribe, and a divine rhythm that no longer feels rushed, but it feels intuitively right. The way that their cups are lifted, this could be an offering or a receiving, and that's the beauty of this moment. You are offering your gifts to the world while finally receiving recognition and resonance and response. Now, putting this in sequence with these other two cards, it's saying that you've done your inner work and you've remembered your gifts, and now it's time to be met, to be seen, and to be celebrated, not just by anyone, but by those who truly recognize you. So this feels like your sacred circle forming, your full moon moment to both give and to receive, and a reminder that magic multiplies when shared. Of course, if you would like your own private reading, there is a link within my bio that will take you to all of my offerings. You will find all of the tarot readings listed at the top here.